was a really, like, testing moment for me. No pun intended. In that I came as close as you can come to going down that path. Signed up with a TRT clinic and had to ask for a refund. Because internally, I just felt like, my mind, I could convince myself all these reasons why I should do it. But like in my body, I was just like, this is just not, like there's something like blocking me from doing this. And what it was is my why of the whole reason of making content is to promote that message. And I think going down that path is going to dilute it, because people are already starting to accuse me of that as a way to discredit the progress I've made and what I'm standing for. So to me, I'm like, this just weakens it even further. And to any one of you who's like starting out in the gym or whatever point you're at in your life, like I want to be an influence that challenges you to improve yourself and your mentality to do all the simple shit that has nothing to do with tests and PEDs, which 99% of people don't actually do. And to not make excuses about your limitations of your own situation. Because if I'm able to grow my body doing 2 fucking exercises for upper body and jumping lunges for legs, then what the fuck is your excuse? And I'm out here every day, going in there, doing the bullet. After this video, I'm gonna take a 20-minute nap and I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna sit in the fucking corner of the gym and do my boring ass stretches and mobility shit to loosen up my crooked fucking body so that I can pump my arms up because I love it. So I'm out here and I'm staying 100% natural. I'm gonna keep posting my testosterone levels so you guys can see. And if I can do that, then I powerfully want to influence you to attack whatever limitations you have. And if you get to a point in your life where you've done all that and you've maximized everything you can do physically and mentally, and you've seen the process of how it develops you and challenged yourself, regardless of your limitation, you stop being a fucking pussy and convincing yourself that, because I've been there, I say that with love. Oh, I have this, I have that, my hips are crooked, oh, poor me, I can't work out, I'm just gonna run away from it. That's a fucking weak mentality, and I did that. And I'm saying your life will be so much better. It's a blessing. Whatever challenge or circumstance that you have that's currently holding space as an excuse for the lack of your progress, that's actually a blessing if you activate it in that way and decide to show up and attack it and lean into the process of resisting against adversity. Because that's what I'm doing. And that's what I want to influence you to do and inspire you to do. And I think in the fitness industry as a whole, there's so much fucking horseshit, bullshit. And I'm like, who's at the wheel here? Like, we got so many more people just hopping on shit than ever before. So many young boys, men, not even men yet, injecting yourself before you even pushed your mentality, pushed your physicality. You just reach, because as everybody, like, who's leading this thing? Like, nobody. It's like a fucking runaway freight train. Nobody's in the goddamn cockpit. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Anyways, I want to stand for something, regardless of, well, you know what? Maybe it's going to be harder for me to compete as a content creator with people that are on shit. Okay, so be it. It was harder for me to grow my body at all due to these limitations. And that didn't stop me then, so it's not going to stop me now. And that was the mindset that it took this whole experience of like highly considering it, of like committing to it and then canceling it, to make me realize like the whole fucking reason I'm doing this in the first place is to the appreciation and the like putting your arms around this scenario where your situation is not ideal and you feel like you've got limiting factors and things holding you back. But despite that, you say, fuck it, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do everything I can to improve regardless. It's benefited me more than anything else I've done in my life. And this was just another fucking test. No pun intended again. And it took a long, drawn-out process to realize that. So that's why I wanted to make this video. Because now more than ever do I feel more strongly about my why. And that was one of my main concerns with doing it, is that I would potentially influence some of you to also do the same thing. And I want to do the opposite. I want to influence you to stay natural as long as possible and maybe forever. And if you do decide to make that switch at any time, if you have a good reason for it and you acknowledge the truth of the situation and that there are uncertainties with the long-term effects, and regardless, you're probably risking your health in some way, shape, or form, but for you it's worth it for XYZ reason, then I respect your decision. But if you come to me and say that I feel like I'm small and my favorite influencer is doing it and it's probably healthy, I say, F that shit, it ain't. That's what I'm saying. So, I think that's reasonable. You know, I'm not hating on anybody that's doing it, but it's your reasons, and I think maybe for anyone that is, this is your sign to take a look in the mirror and think about what your reasons are. And if it's justified, then it's justified. Keep doing your thing. Maybe it's not. It's an individual thing, but I think as a whole, I want to promote the other stuff. I think that's way more valuable. And I'm continuing to do the natural test booster from Gorilla Mind, Sigma. And probably do an update in a couple more weeks. Go get my blood drawn again. Oh, this was the last point I wanted to make, is I think that anyone who decides that you want to promote yourself online as a fitness person and show off your physique and talk about your training and have some type of message, whatever it is, that you should, and obviously this is never going to happen, but I think you should be obligated to show your fucking blood work consistently. I think that should be the standard, so that people know what you're doing, what's going on. It's never going to happen because the majority of people are, I don't want to sound like a negative Nelly, but this whole process just opened my eyes. Like, holy fuck, I was naive. I did not realize how like systemic this is, in that so many people are doing it. Not like content creators, everyday people. It's like, whoa. And again, I'm not just flat out, it's horrible, no one should do it. I don't think that at all. But I just don't think the risks versus rewards scenario is being looked at objectively. And my concern is that, in particular, young men are choosing to do this due to the way the temperature around testosterone has changed a lot. And yeah, it's not like the fucking world's ending, and it's just the way it is. The things are going to keep moving the way that they are. But for any of you, and again, you're 100% welcome here, and I respect you if you're not natural. And you can still gain the similar types of benefits and have a similar process with the gym. That doesn't exclude you from all these things I'm talking about. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're reaching for that in place of evolving your mentality and your habits and your discipline with fitness, and it's the most beautiful, challenging, physically, mentally, spiritually, if you will, process to really push your limits to gain as much muscle as you can, enhanced or not. That if you're substituting PEDs for that, which I think is happening in a lot of cases, then you're missing out on the real benefit and the real value. And you could achieve something that is way greater than what you think if you focus on that shit. It's just harder. But that's why the benefits are greater. Like real benefits of like shifting your mindset and how you feel about yourself, how you treat other people, how you go about your day, how you handle problems and adversity. Like real concrete long-term character shifting things can be obtained from investing in the process of resisting against adversity. And the easiest way to do it is through a physical pursuit, like going to the gym and just showing up all the time. And then it becomes a habit, becomes a muscle in your mind that you get used to, and then it trickles over into other aspects of your life. Oh, shit got fucked in my job. I make myself suffer at the gym regardless of how I feel. So like, I'm used to it. I'm ready for this. Like this is like when I'm approaching failure and Coach Matt says, you better not fucking pussy out. And go over some partials and push it to the max. It's the same shit. It's uncomfortable physically, and then you experience uncomfortable circumstances that are outside of the gym emotionally, mentally, and you're more accustomed to it. Obviously, there's people in the gym that are super diehard that don't really evolve outside of it, but generally speaking, I've seen a lot of spillover, and that's a beautiful thing that I want to promote to all of you. And no amount of supplements or gimmicks or PEDs is ever going to give you that actual benefit. And so the last thing, the takeaway is that if you watch this whole thing and you're following, I'm natural, I'm staying natural. Everything I've told you about my injuries and my journey is 100% honest. I'm not making anything up. This is what I'm doing. This is my life. This has been my lived experience. And I want you to think about that and take that with you when you go and train and when you go do things. That I'm somewhere else in the world doing all my shit every single day, regardless of how I feel. And I'm not perfect in other areas. I shit up. But with the gym, I'm dialed in. So that's what I want you to think about that. That's my message. And that's what's important. And that's my why of why I'm making videos and trying to influence people, is to influence you to lean into that and to think like that, because I think wholly it will benefit your life. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.